Hello, you're watching the first episode of Breaking Balls Breakdown. I'm Max Greenfield, researcher and stats guru of Breaking Balls podcast hosted by Emily Nyman and co-host John Snyder. These videos are meant to be an introduction and a learning process about sabermetric statistics. Through these videos, we will be introducing you to different sabermetric statistics and breaking down what they are, how they're calculated, the pros and cons of each statistic, and where you can find them. The benefit of these videos is that if you have no experience with any of these metrics, you have a starting point. And that's the most important thing about learning in baseball, is you just need a starting point. These videos are meant to be a benefit to you. I have a lot of experience with these metrics as I use them every day in my analysis of baseball and as well as during my time with the Washington Nationals. So these are meant to be educational for you. I'm here to help you. Everyone at the Breaking Balls crew believes that you should be learning about baseball in every way that you can and constantly trying to learn about the game that we love, and I'm here to help you with that. Today's episode and the very first statistic we are going to talk about is weighted on-base average, or better known as wOBA. wOBA, created by Tom Tango, tries to answer the question that OPS addresses. Well, I should say it tries to better answer the question that OPS addresses. OPS is trying to figure out how good a hitter is. wOBA is trying to do the same thing. The biggest difference between wOBA and OPS is that OPS uses on-base percentage and slugging. On-base percentage is basically batting average plus walks plus hit by pitches. Batting average weights all hits the same. wOBA doesn't. You can find the formula for wOBA below. The point of wOBA is to accurately measure how good a hitter is by taking the amount of times that they get on base and weighting them by their outcomes. Batting average and on-base percentage weight a single, a double, a triple, and a home run the same. But any baseball fan will tell you that that's not at all accurate. They are not weighted the same. A home run and a single are never the same. Some people might tell you that, well, a single is just as good as a home run in the bottom of the ninth inning when the tying runs on third base. No, a home run's still better because it's 2 runs versus 1. Home runs are always better than singles because it's guaranteed runs on the board. You can't catch a home run ball that's hit 450 feet. What does wOBA do? It takes hit by pitches, walks, singles, doubles, triples, home runs, and weights them more accurately. Slugging percentage tried to do this with singles, doubles, triples, and home runs, but it doesn't mathematically make sense the way they do it. So Tom Tango created wOBA to better address the problem that is created by OPS, batting average, and on-base percentage. Batting average is fine for just telling you how many hits per at-bats they get. It's simple math. It's fine at doing that. It can't accurately tell you how good a hitter is. On-base percentage is good because it tells you how many times they get on base, and getting on base is a good thing. But again, it doesn't weight them all the same. A walk is not as good as a double, which is not as good as a triple, which is not as good as a home run, right? You can see that in the wOBA formula. wOBA is better than both batting average and on-base percentage and slugging. Also, the other problem with OPS is that it weights on-base percentage and slugging the same. Tom Tango found that slugging is worth about 1.8 times the value of on-base percentage. Getting on base a lot is good, but if you don't really hit for any power or have any, oomph behind your swings, then it doesn't really matter. So wOBA tries to address that issue. We'll take a look at some examples of wOBA. You can see a general scale of wOBA here on the screen. You can see that 320 is about average, 340 is good, 370 is great, 400 is excellent, and then anything below 320 is generally below average to bad. So let's take a look at some examples of wOBA using the Yankees and the Mets. In 2020, DJ LeMahieu had a 429 weighted on base average. That was good for 4th in all of baseball and in the top 3 in the American League. Dominic Smith of the Mets had a 412 wOBA, which was good for 8th in all of baseball and ahead of Nelson Cruz of the Twins. Those two are very good hitters by wOBA, and they were 2 of the top hitters in baseball this year. So, something to note about wOBA: anything above 400, good. Anything above 420, really good. The drawback from wOBA is it doesn't factor in the park you play in or the opponent you face. It also doesn't account for how well you hit the ball or where you hit the ball. We'll get into a few statistics that try to address those issues in the future. We'll also be getting into a few drawbacks of other statistics that aren't fixed at all. Thank you for watching this first episode of Breaking Balls Breakdown. Tell us what you thought in the comments below. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us at the Breakballs Pod Twitter, or you can reach out to me at GreenfieldMax18 on Twitter. You can also download Breaking Balls Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. There are new episodes every Saturday. Remember to listen in to Emily and John talk about baseball and DJ Bingington's excellent producing and good music in the background. We'll see you again on the next episode of Breaking Balls Breakdown.